Hi everyone, this is Jessica Alba. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And now this is a very special Getting Honest skincare edition with the one, the only, the skincare guru for the youth generation, Hyram!
Hello! Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So you are going to walk me through the ultimate nighttime facial using all Honest Beauty. We really are pretty stringent on the types of ingredients that we use, also what we don't use. We have created, I think, some pretty groundbreaking formulas that compete with conventional, but are using more naturally derived ingredients. A lot of different products here. You wanted to have a nice array, and you're gonna walk me through the ultimate facial, and we're gonna talk about your journey and how you became you and all the things. First, I'm gonna put my
As we start into this, I want to ask, what are your skin concerns that you're struggling with right now? Because thankfully, Honest Beauty has a really good selection. Normally with most brands, I feel so limited because I'm just okay, maybe they have 3 products that I like. But with this brand, I have so many more options. So what are your current skin concerns? What are you kind of wanting to treat in this facial?
I'm experiencing skin sensitivities because it's one day it's raining and it's 40 degrees, and the next day it's 78 degrees and it's sunny, and then it goes back to being windy and super cold and then damp and then dry. It's just what is happening? So not only is the weather having a moment, but my skin is reacting and having a moment to all of the weather changes. I have chapped redness right here under my nose. Sometimes I'm getting little breakouts here. Overall, I don't get a lot of sleep. Maybe it's those 3 kids and those 2 jobs I have.
Maybe. That might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, good to know. As we start into this, from the last video we did, I remember you saying that you also have dry combination skin.
I do.
Even though you're kind of struggling back and forth.
Yeah, I definitely have on the drier side of combination skin. It wasn't until I eliminated one of the biggest culprits was perfumes and fragrances in my skincare and makeup.
I mean, that speaks exactly to why I'm so adamant about avoiding fragrance where possible, because I know so many people that have crazy reactions to it. It's due to fragrance. Thankfully, we have options that are fragrance free, which is not very often. I'd say for you, for first cleansing, we can go in with either the gentle gel cleanser or the calm on cleanser. Now, I kind of want to give you the option because either one is good. Totally up to you, whatever you want to choose. Both are good cleansers.
Maybe we'll go and do the calm on cleanser again, but I do have to say that the gentle gel cleanser is a fan favorite and it works on all skin types as well. So
awesome. Well, I was gonna go in with the calm on cleanser for my skin, so that's perfect. You can just go into this.
I want to know how you got started as a skincare guru. Where did this journey start? Because you grew up on a cattle farm.
Yep, in Arizona.
Tell me about how did you go from that kid to being a skincare guru in Hawaii?
Yeah, I grew up on a cattle ranch in the middle of Arizona. Did not grow up with a lot of money or just access to really anything because we were out in the middle of nowhere. But skincare was just never something that was even brought up. I remember struggling with pimples and breakouts, and the main recommendation was go out and tan in the sun because the sun will get rid of them.
We'll dry it up. Oh my gosh, my mom said the same thing.
Really? I don't know why that's such a common myth. It is the worst myth because that's literally the worst thing you can do. And not that I'm blaming anyone in my family or community, because none of us really knew skincare. And it wasn't until I was in college and I was not getting sleep, I was really stressed, I started to develop really pretty severe aging to where there was deep lines in my forehead and around my head. To the point that my close, total premature aging, my close friends came up to me and they were just you should start learning about skincare, baby, because you're looking really old for your age and you don't want to age. That was the first time I really thought to myself oh, okay, well, I'll try the skincare thing out. I thought it was fancy creams for older ladies, but I was you know what, I'll give it a shot, maybe it'll work. And I was blown away by how drastically I was able to improve my skin and get rid of like the lines altogether. That's when I really started to realize like, wow, there is something to this skincare. It's not just for fun or just to feel fancy. It actually works. Okay, so next, after the cleanser, I typically like to go in with my treatments right after cleansing because it means, you know, that there's nothing potentially blocking the absorption, that you're getting all the actives deep into your skin, and that it's really beneficial. I do like the niacinamide and the Calm and Perfect serum just because it can be paired with your, you know, active exfoliant or your active retinol. I personally will be going in with this and then following up with the retinol serum. The great thing about the Honest Beauty retinol is that it's really gentle. You're the best judge if you're struggling with skin sensitivity, if you think your skin can handle retinol. I'm gonna be doing it if you want to join me.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do the Beauty Sleep Resurfacing Serum. So when you were supporting yourself, what was your first job? Was it in skincare or hair? Or?
So it was in makeup first. I had become passionate
wow.
about makeup artistry. Yeah, and you know what the funniest thing is? I was completely broke, no money for food, desperately trying to find a job, and I got a job at a luxury department store, Saks Fifth Avenue. You know, in that environment, I started learning a lot more about skincare because I would see people spend like, I remember like $1,200 on a single serum. Is that the Calm and Heal Melting Balm?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go in with.
I'm going to go in with the Hydrogel Cream. We've talked about that one in the other video because it has allantoin. It's an amazing like skin sealant to help prevent water loss and dryness and like the aging that occurs. I think for me in my more like oily combination areas, I want to go in with something a little less heavy. To continue what I was saying, I saw people spend so much money on skincare products and I was like, what justifies this absolutely astronomical price point? Like, what is so amazing about these ingredients? They actually had like a lot of irritants and a lot of what I would consider to be very low quality products, and were almost misleading their audience when you can find much better formulas at a way more affordable price point.
Because a lot of time in luxury, what people are paying for that they don't even realize, and I've learned just from making products, you're paying for perfume. Often the ingredients inside aren't really that dope.
Funny enough, that's what inspired my YouTube channel. Is I was like, well, beauty YouTube at the time, like makeup YouTube was exploding. I tried to be a resource for skincare education to at least help people into the world of skincare, and primarily like younger people who are just starting, so that they don't have to make the same mistakes I did using a 3-in-1 body wash on my face once a week or going out in the sun to heal my acne.
I was like, Doc, you have to tell Cash he needs to use a different soap for his face. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, enough is enough.
It's so common for like guys to have like a full-blown skincare routine and think nothing of it, and it's amazing because that's exactly where I want the industry to be at. We can go on to the next step. I am really intrigued to use the deep hydration eye cream. I think nighttime is also a great time to use that deep hydration moisture, particularly on the under eye area, which is prone to get pretty dry. That's what I'm going to be going in with and using.
Okay.
If you want to follow suit.
Yeah.
Do you use like this finger when you apply your eye cream?
Yeah, the ring finger. That I was taught that because it's more gentle.
Yeah.
Do you actually like physically give your friends facials or walk them through skincare routines?
I am usually the friend that will just load them up with skincare products. Whenever my friends come over, I'm always just like, take whatever you need. What do you need? Do you need a sunscreen? Do you need a cleanser, dude? So I'm like, I want everyone to be set up with a good basic skincare routine. But you know what? I'm always the friend you can count on to have at least 4 sunscreens on me. So if it's a hike or if it's to the beach and someone's like, oh my gosh, I forgot sunscreen, I'm always the person that's like, no worries. Do you want cream? Do you want powder? Do you want liquid? Do you want spray? Do you want... I have like everything on me.
I have a hard time finding mineral-based sunscreen that doesn't give me like a purpley look. And also I find that a lot of the sprays, I'm nervous about inhaling it or my kids inhaling it.
Yeah, and it's also about balance too. It's finding that balance between setting standards, being cautious, but also not fear-mongering. I think it's a good balance of making sure that you're being critical, you're being careful, but that you're not also unnecessarily panicking or acting irrationally or spreading fear.
I totally agree. And for me, I just felt like when we were building the brand and just thinking about how we wanted to talk about and educate people on making better better choices, I wanted it to feel empowering and not defeating. That's why I was like, I never want to take that approach that everything you're doing is wrong, but you should know that you can make better choices as long as you're educated. And education is just empowering to know, you know?
I love, funny enough, that's my favorite word. I don't know if you have like a favorite word, but empowerment is like my favorite word because it's equipping people with the tools that they need to like help themselves. And I think definitely within the skincare industry, that community and that cohesiveness is really needed. So props to you for spreading that message as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like we did all the things and my face feels very hydrated and ready for a good night's sleep or hanging out on the couch and Netflixing and chilling. What are you binging right now? Give me some recommendations.
Oh man, have you watched Pose?
Yes.
I've been recommended it by so many people and I've only seen 3 episodes, but they've all made me like cry my eyes out. Well, what are you binging?
All American with the kids. For some reason, my husband is obsessed with watching Survivor. There's so many seasons. Like it's just, there's too many seasons. But we watched every season of Naked and Afraid.
Oh.
Which is like the more like savage version of Survivor.
I remember that show.
And so like, there's only so many. XR, we watched all of that. And I banned during COVID, like halfway through the lockdown of 2020. I was like, I'm not watching any more murder shows, like murder docu-series.
Even for me, like when quarantine started, I was like, oh, like start like watch Walking Dead and like Train to Busan and movies like that. And then as I was watching them, I'm like, maybe this just isn't the right time to watch these type of shows where it's super apocalyptic and very reminiscent.
Yeah, that's scary.
But yeah, I'll probably, now that I'm all glowed up with my routine, I'll probably just go and like, watch something and maybe chill and relax, and I hope you can do the same.
Yes, thank you so much for doing this video. I love it.
Of course, this was so much fun.
Thank you for being on my channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn on the notifications. Comment down below and let me know what other kind of videos, if you want Hyram and I to do another video. What questions did I not ask that you're just like, why did you ask him this question? Thank you so much for being on the video.
Of course.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And peace, hearts, and make sure you guys go and check out Hyram's YouTube channel because we did a ASMR skincare routine and we also spilled some secrets over there.
Yeah, we did.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.